Ooh, that was close. Hey YouTube, no, I'm dark as crap. But I've decided that I'm going to start doing my videos more so for documentation purposes than creative. I may throw some creative stuff in here every now and again, but I probably won't do any speed drawings because I figured that it's just too stressful. And I was explaining on Facebook that I had this crazy dream where I married to Kelly Clarkson. Long story short, but the thing was is that was the most normal that I've ever felt in a dream. Like for most of my dream life, I like literally am terrified, running away from something, driving away from something on a high speed chase, getting away from the FBI or a rapist or a giant snake or zombies or something. And especially the past couple of weeks, I went to this Holy Spirit night that my church family had invited me to, and that was really helpful because it's really good to see other. I'm a new Christian. Okay, it's been a year, and what I tend to do is really try very very hard to be the perfect this, perfect that, the perfect whatever. And I really try to be the perfect Christian. I try to do all the things, try to join, I joined the choir, try to do this, try to do that. And I kind of, in my life, I've always replaced my own needs with the need of like other people or the need of a responsibility. And I never really truly paid attention to myself and how to comfort myself and make myself happy. And I really am like, you know what, I really, really have to learn how to just be kind to myself. And it seems such like a lame revelation. I think when people say Christian, it's one of the most controversial or polarizing religions in the world. And I feel like people are either like, oh, you're a Christian, well, why aren't you this, or why aren't you that, or shouldn't you be, shouldn't your life be perfect? Or maybe you're like, shouldn't you be like a miserable person that's like repressed? And people have all these expectations, and I feel like it's really interesting that I've been led to this religion because honestly, I really tried not to be in any religion. Or maybe I was interested in Buddhism for a little bit, but I was borderline, agnostic atheist, and I just didn't want any part of it because I just felt like, okay, that was my way of being like, oh, I need to take care of myself. I need to do my own thing. I need to take control of my life. And as I'm starting to realize now that like life is very, very, very stressful if you want to take on everything and take on the world's responsibility on your shoulders. And that's what I gotta stop doing. Now, what actually led me into being a Christian is kind of like a really bizarre like story. Like it's kind of like small little events that led me to it, like seeing different videos on YouTube, preachings, meeting people in random places. They're and they come up to me and they're like, "Really talk to you about Jesus," like really stuff like that. Really was like, I guess I can get into this a little bit. I'm quite open-minded. I feel like a lot of people think that atheists or non-believers are closed-minded, and a lot of them are, but I feel like, at least for me, we want a reason to get into something. We want to know why. Why should we get into something? Why should we love this? Why should we love that? And I think that, well, it just sucks that so many people are not as open-minded as they say they should be, whoever they are. It doesn't matter what religion you are or whatever you are. I'm not making much sense, but in this, I actually told the story on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, and I'll link that below. But I am I'm bisexual, okay, and honestly, my sexuality has been like a really like annoying thing for like all of my life. I'm a virgin, but like I've watched porn, and I know I'm like definitely attracted to guys and girls in a different way. Like my mindset's in a different way that like when I'm attracted to a guy is way different than when I'm attracted to a girl. But I know I am. I've gotten like I have orgasms. Like I know I am attracted to both. But it's really funny because my friend, like, I was explaining this dream to her, and she was like, "Are you sure? Like you want to marry a guy?" I know I'm dark as fuck, but sorry y'all. She's like, "Are you sure you want to marry a guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And I'm sure some of it, I'm sure it's subconsciously me being like, I don't want to be. You know, I am a Christian, so I should want to marry a guy. I'm sure that's playing a part of it in my subconscious, but I don't. I'm just tired of like, I don't know, like. I remember in the past, like I used to be really like, you know, I actually used to label myself a lesbian for a little bit, for a hot minute. And I just feel like I just gotta stop putting myself in boxes and really just try not to put too much pressure on myself either way. Yeah. But I do want to marry a guy. I think it'd be a cool experience. Well, I think it'd be a cool experience. But I think like the one thing is that I just really wonder, because I do believe in Jesus, mainly because I just feel like he's real. Over time, like I just feel maybe I just want him to be real, but I feel like he is real because I feel like if a God that, you know, loves you enough to chase you down, or a spiritual being that is willing to do so much for you, exists, I want to believe in that. So I do. It's not a bulletproof belief. You know, like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, man, I think I'm done. Like, I can't. God, you're going to have to do some real stuff because I don't want to believe in you. I can't do this anymore. I was in a really depressed state of mind. And then I went to my church's college small group Bible study. And, you know, one of you know, our sisters, my friend, she spoke about how she was just so depressed and how, you know, she was having suicidal thoughts, and she was like, I don't know what the heck to do. And we just encouraged her, and we just loved her, and we just prayed for her. And I'm just like, and just the message, like, sorry, my, I'm like, I was scratching my skin, like I'm bleeding now. Sorry, so I gotta get tissue. But it just really like made me believe, like, wow, like this can't be. Sorry, this, you know, I'm pretty sure this is not happening just by coincidence that, you know, I hadn't gone to that small group in like a couple of weeks, a month or so. And the message, I forget what the message was, like what like story we were reading, but it definitely related to me. And I was just, I got my faith grew stronger. And even now, it sounds like really corny because like I already know from like, you know, an atheist perspective, it's like, whatever, like who needs that like fluffy duffy stuff? And I totally understand. It's one of those things where you kind of have to experience yourself, and that's the good thing about Christianity, or I guess any religion, but about Christianity is that like we try. Some people try to argue their way for people to believe, but you don't argue your way into it. There's nothing in the Bible that really says we have to argue people in order for them to believe in the gospel / you know, the good news. Believe in God. What it says is that we should live our lives and help people and help heal people, and then that's how people will believe, or that's how we get our message across, is just by living. And I think we need to do more of that, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, like, you guys can see, like, my life is not perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I'm a Christian, but like, I wanted to get rid of that, just like the stigma or this reputation that all Christians are this, all Christians are that, or Christianity is this, Christianity is that. Like, I just want people to see that we can be honest and open. I'm not even trying to get people to become Christians. I just want to show that this can be done. Like, you can be free from your freaking depression, or free from your self-loathing and your just shame for yourself. And, you know, it just so happened that for me, I deal with like a lot of like sexual perversion, or a lot of this or a lot of that I don't really I'm not proud of, but I want, like, especially the topic of sex, I want to, like, it's not a bad thing. And from a Christian's perspective, God did create sex, and it's not a bad thing, but I feel like the enemy, what we call the enemy, or evil spirits, or demons, or the devil, or what have you, I feel like they took advantage of people and really took something that was really nice and cool and awesome, and like made it very destructive and very just not cool. And I feel like we can take that back. And that's just like, and everybody has their thing that they want better in life. And I feel like for me, like, sex is is a topic that really impacted my life, that I don't talk about a lot, but, or at least in person. I talk about it online and stuff, but I don't really talk about it in person. But I'm gonna try to start doing that, because I think everybody deals with it to some degree. Just having sex being like a really, or allowing sex to be like a negative, not everybody, but like most people allow sex to be a negative thing in their life. And I feel like we can change that. I'm not sure how, but that's just what my heart is leading to. That's what God has placed on my heart to really to talk about, and to see his perspective on things. And I'm going to try. Like I said, I want to be in control all the time. So even saying that I'm going to go to God for something is hard. Like, it's not easy at all. But I really want to see what people are talking about. I really want to see, is this really true that you can be, that you can kind of be a courageous person and face your fears and do all this incredible things, or attain all this love and affection for people by believing in Jesus. I want to see if it's true. I want to see if you can really do it. So that's why I'm going to try to do it. And if it works out, then this would be a great spectacle for the generations to come. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. People will still see that I tried, But I have a funny feeling that it might. I have a funny feeling. It was just me and my storytelling mind, but I think I'm on to something, or rather, God is on to me, because as they say, we don't chase God; God chases us. He loves us more than we even love ourselves. I think that's a very interesting mindset to be in. So with that being said, and the darkness falling upon me with this freaking lighting, I'm going to do more stuff like this. This is on my phone. I'm not even going to do stuff on my camcorder anymore. It's just so stressful. Podcasts, I'm going to do probably couple of minutes of like talking about some stuff, more for documentation purposes. I don't know what kind of life I'm going to live. I don't know if I'm going to be a famous person. I don't know if I'm going to just be a wife chilling in the suburbs or whatever. I don't know who I'm going to be when I grow up, but I know I'm going to change lives. I'm going to do that all around the world. I want to change lives. I want to free people from their depression, from their guilt, from their shame, all that stuff. I want people to be themselves. And that's and I want to create art, obviously. I do want to create a movie. I do want to create a K-pop group. But, I mean, like, you know, that's just my other stuff that I don't want to get into in this video. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.